Squad! Well, how's it going, Squad Nation? It's your boy, Sax! And today we're back again with more. I'm actually covering another webtoon. I'm going to do somewhat of a recap. This is going to be somewhat of a series I'm going to be doing basically, where I'm just basically going to be recapping certain webtoon comics I've already read up to the latest chapter. And just give you guys a little synopsis of what the heck's been going on in that series. So if I ever decide to say do a read along on it on the recent chapters, there vice versa, you guys would have the ultimate clarification of what's going on instead of just jumping right into my video. In case you guys have already read the comic, you're just waiting for someone to read along and or react to it, whatever case may vary. Anyways, without further ado, let's talk about Omniscient Reader. This is, by the way, is one of the most webtoon comics that has been recommended so far in the manhwa community. Now, Omniscient Reader is actually a story that is actually somewhat hardcore leveling warrior / Star Wars Online type B. If you guys don't know, basically has that level up system where basically, it's like a game format by vice versa. Anyways, so Omniscient Reader actually takes place with our protagonist Dokja Kim, who actually finished reading his favorite webtoon novel, which is 3 Ways to Survive in an Apocalypse. And he is the only person in the entire world that knows how that series ends. Now, the reason why I say that is because, and why it's actually going to be so important, is because his world would later become what the web novel was pretty much had its setting and vice versa. Basically, his reality turns into the reality of the novel, which is 3 Ways to Survive in a freaking goddamn apocalypse. And all the characters in that novel actually appear in his reality, which is absolutely insane. I'm not joking. And it gets even more juicy. Because he's already learned how the story ends and pretty much knows the story from the back of his own goddamn hand, he decides to use his knowledge about TWSA to pretty much survive the apocalypse. Pretty much training, getting certain abilities that was in the novel, as well as trying to get companions, vice versa, and all of that stuff to become an overpowered bastard, basically. Become freaking OP, basically, you know what I'm saying? Since he already knows the continents and all what the heck's going to happen and vice versa, and what this, that, and what all this like stuff that's in the reality of the novel, he's pretty much going to take into account and pretty much, you know what I mean? So he meets a lot of friends along the way, some rivals, some that not so friendly, and also he's also met with the main protagonist of the series, who actually is pretty much the hero, vice versa. But the thing about the protagonist, the protagonist of the web novel that he read, he actually is a regressor, basically meaning that no matter how many times you die, you basically relive the certain events over and over and over again until you finally, beat the game or whatever, basically. It's like, have you ever read those books? Something about the kid in the Monday all over again, blah blah blah. Some story like that, where basically the kid, I forgot the title of that book, but basically it's basically a kid who pretty much is in like high school, middle school, whatever the case may vary. He's in school and basically he's trapped in a time loop where basically the same day keeps on happening over and over and over and over again. And he's starting to realize that maybe this is a sign that certain things in his life isn't going, fully well. Things in his life is not really progressing, is maybe because of all the mistakes that he's doing, whatever case may vary. Who the heck knows? But he decides to become more of a good person and try to relive that day and every single time to try to get better, try pretty much become a better person, a good person throughout. And yeah, that's pretty much the Africa story. There's actually a sequel to it, which pretty much was based in a freaking camp, similar to this story. But again, like I said, I'm going off topic. But that's just my example of what the main protagonist of the web novel is, basically, right? So, anyways, but yeah, the guy's a regressor. He pretty much has lived throughout this multiple times. And this time in the web novel, what's his regressor is basically he has regressed only 3 times. This is like his 3rd regressor. I don't know how many times this motherfucker regressed, but I know he's regressed like a shit ton of times because obviously the damn novel always like the novel they read up was like 3,000 some change. 3 fucking thousand chapters, nigga. Oh my god. I have not even read that far. Like, I've read God of High School, I've read The Tower of God, and I know none of them were as that long. Nigga. Sweet Jesus. Christ almighty. Anyways. But yeah. Anyway, so pretty much the story is pretty much progressing with the Omniscient Reader. And basically with the story and how it's pretty much going out, in TWSA, with how he's doing it, he's pretty much like basically changed. But in process of him knowing the certain events that is going to play out, he's also changing the events that's played out because he knows that, oh shit, because this man's on, now that he realized that the protagonist Jung Gyuk, whoever his name is on his 3rd regressor. He realized that there's certain things that, what I'm saying, that if he's going to like survive this reality or whatever case may vary, he doesn't even know what happens to freaking Jung once he like regresses. Is things gonna like repeat or whatever? Who knows? So my man's on a mission to pretty much try to like survive and pretty much try to get a better end, try to get like a good ending to the novel or whatever case may vary. And so far, the story's been going good. Dokcha has got this sexy ass white jacket, by the way, which we saw in the prologue, which by the way, you guys are probably gonna see screenshots of. This is all from the prologue, by the way. Anyways, he actually meets up with one of this girl. Now, this girl is actually the most dangerous woman in the entirety of the novel that he read. Because she's actually the one that's actually going to, in a couple of years or centuries from now, she's going to be the fucking catalyst that will pretty much doom all of fucking humanity as we know it. Which is insane! And everything else vice versa. But apparently, even though that she's going to be the death or pretty much bring doom and chaos, whatever she goes, Dokcha decides to spare her because he realizes that one, she's still a child, so he probably could like change her fate, and 2, it really doesn't matter if he kills her or not because a future version of her will get, for some stupid reason, like it'll be like some type of future, basically multiverse fucking theory will come out of nowhere, and somehow a chick from the future will come out and basically kill his ass. So the world's already gonna be fucked anyway. So, anyways, that's pretty much it. That's how far I'm at with the Omniscient Reader. And this is pretty much the recap behind it. If you guys are interested in Omniscient Reader, I'll have a link in the description down below to check out the comic for yourself. Anyways, like this video, comment down below, share this video, cross social media if you can, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. This is Spice signing out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.